Hi again. My name is Rebel and I'm the Rebel Reseller, and today doing something a little bit different. It is Monday. This video will probably go out this evening, right?
Maybe
Maybe. But I have packages across probably 4 platforms that are going to need shipped tomorrow since today's a federal holiday. So I thought I would go ahead and get them started, kind of let you see what I'm packing, how I'm packing it, my thought processes. I did a video like this before, but it was a long time ago, and I've had lots of people ask questions about shipping, so I thought this is a good time. You know, I can talk about the different platforms and, you know, how I'm shipping stuff. If you hear a fan, it's my computer. So it's my computer. I've pulled a lot of the stuff already that needs to be shipped tomorrow, and I'm just going to pick some things and show you my thought processes on how I go about packing stuff. Robert's going to be here. He's going to help. I've got a couple of mugs. I'm not sure if I have anything else breakable. And I'm going to have him kind of step by step show you how I do the mugs. I'm just going to pick some stuff. I'm going to here's one of the mugs. These are going to be in my what solds this weekend, so I'm not going to really be talking about prices and stuff, but this is one of the mugs that sold, so I'm going to have Robert start with it. This is Robert's thing, but I'm going to show you guys how to do it. See this mug? Here's the handle. We use 2 of these. I love these as dunnage and for things like this. These are what they call air defenders, air pillows. We get it on Amazon.
There's a link to your store.
Yeah, down in my description, there's a link for it. It's only like $10 or $12 for a huge bag of them. But what we do is we put the air pillows on each side of the handle. And of course, I'm about to run out of bubble wrap. My bubble wrap's normally hung up here, but I haven't done it recently. So 2 pillows on the handle, and then I'm just going to roll it. 3 bubbles.
And that gets 2 layers of bubble wrap on the whole thing.
Yeah, it gets 2 layers on all the sides, and then I'm going to condense this and give the edges more cushioning also. Now we go through a ton of bubble wrap. So I do use, right now we've been using the American Bubble Boy subscription service. So it's even a couple of dollars less than if you bought it from them. But every month, we've got it set up every month. They go ahead and send me 4 more rolls. So my tape isn't cooperating. I know you guys can't see this, but I'll show you in just a second. All right, so this, very well packaged, and then I just get a priority box. I keep a stash of probably the 4 or 5 sizes that aren't the large, and then the large is right there for me. And I always have backups. They're all that way. And I started not doing scan sheets. I did scan sheets for about, what do you think, 5 months?
A while.
It's been probably 5 months or so, but something changed with the post office. I've talked about it before, but the carriers are now only required to scan 5 items, and like today, I have way more than 5 items that are off of eBay's platform, which means they wouldn't be on a scan sheet, so they wouldn't scan my packages here, and I just don't know if I trust that they would get scanned when they got to the post office. So now Robert and I make a daily trip to the post office. So here's my package. I'm going to go find that order. All right, and then back to my orders. And then I've got, you can see all my IKEA bags lined up there. I'll start putting the boxes in one and the bags in another. So, all right. So I'm going to hand Robert this other one and he can just deal with it. All right. So I sold this puzzle. Let me go find that order. Somebody asked me recently why I weigh all of my stuff as I'm processing it. And I made a response to her, but I really I weigh everything because I kind of sort of have an idea of all of my weights for my packaging. That way, so when I get stuff processed, I just already have in mind how much that item's going to weigh when I ship it. And that way I know whether it's first class and I'm setting up my flat rate shippings or if it's calculated. I already know exactly. So this item was just right under 1 pound. So I set it up to be shipped priority 1 to 2 pounds. And so I always have already in mind what package I'm going to ship stuff in. And I've said this many times before, but if it's not going to fit in like a box that I know is going to be under the cubic foot dimension, then it gets pre-packed ahead of time. I'm not going to mess with it. And I have a small pile of stuff right now over there that before I can list it, I'm going to have it pre-packed. All right. There's a lot of dead space in there, and I don't like that. So what we do is take a bag, I get the newspaper for our local area, and we just take a couple of sheets. I know people don't want to mess with the ink, so we just scrunch it up and put it in newspaper, and then make an air pillow, bigger air pillow, and stuff it in the box. And you can just kind of adjust it to what you need.
Put it in a bag.
What did I say?
Put it in a newspaper. You said you put it in a newspaper.
Oh, y'all know what I mean. All right.
And some boxes we just cut down.
Yes, Robert's better at the cutting down. Me, I just fill it in. But he's got that handy dandy little box cutter thingy, and he does that for me. Are you waiting for a box? All right, so it's not moving. Purchase my label. All right. All right. Got my box ready. Want to join the others. All right. Little people. Let's see, right here. This is 2 little vehicles and a couple of figures. The Disney little people stuff. I planned for this to go in a box. I'm not going to mail them in bubble mailers or poly bags. I'm going to try to make it fit in this. I buy a lot of boxes. As you can see over here, I like the sizes that I use a lot of. The 4x4x4s, 8x6x4s, 6x4x4s. And then I have a variety of all different other sizes. Now, I do reuse boxes, like especially Amazon boxes. But it's just convenient to be able to get so I've got it fit in a box. So I'm just going to take a little bit of bubble wrap just to keep it from shaking too much and to give it a little protection on the ends. And then I'm just going to seal it up. Uh-oh. buy my tape at Walmart. It's that easy start. But I have a hard time sometimes with it sticking. So what we do is make sure when you're packaging your boxes that your tape ends overlap. And that helps keep them together. I have a monitor right here, and it's a lot of effort not to want to stare at this monitor because during our lives, my other camera's right here. So I'm used to watching this camera. So if you guys see my eyeballs going back and forth, that's what it's from. Alright, with these smaller boxes, I always just make sure when you put I use a Rolo printer, so when you put the label on, just make sure the barcode doesn't overlap, that you just pick one side or the other. Right, and then little Plush. This is an Aurora. There's not much special about it, so it's going to go in just a regular poly bag, which I have right here. There's no tags to worry about. There's no sound box to worry about. So I have homeschool curriculum that I sold. So what we do is we just take, sometimes I'll use these boxes, but they're kind of expensive. Oops. These are record boxes. But usually what I do is I'll go ahead and put them between two pieces of cardboard. Go ahead and tape the ends. Right, and then I don't know if it'll fit in this one, possibly, and then just put it in a poly bag, and then we're good to go. But I wouldn't normally put something like this straight into a poly bag, even a bubble mailer, because you know what the post office is going to do? Possibly is bend it to shove it in. And I also take one more step, and I put, please do not bend. So, I hope you guys are getting some ideas. Don't be afraid. Get a good scale. Now I'll show you guys mine. And it's like $25. It's the Accutech. Let's see. Yeah, I can unplug it. The Accutech. We do have another one that's larger from when we were doing Amazon that has the removable screen, because this one can be a booger if you're trying to measure or weigh a large box. But this one's the handy dandy one that there's a hold button on the side. I like that function because I can set a box on there, and even if I can't see the screen, I can hit the hold button and it'll hold the weight on the screen for me. A lot of the curriculum, especially when it's small stuff like this, I give the option of first class or media mail a lot of times. And most of my buyers pick first class because it's faster, and the less time that it sits in the postal system, the less chance that it's going to get damaged. I had somebody buy 2 of these pharmaceutical advertising things. These are both those squeeze type stress toys. I just listed them last week, and they sold probably within a day or 2. No shaky shake. Which plush is this? Oh, St. Bernard looking? Okay. So Robert's pre-packed this. This was a very large plush, but very squishable. So he has pre-packed it for me in the large priority box.
Wait, I didn't pre-pack. I just now packed.
He just packed it for me over there. this is how we do our packaging. He just comes down here and he usually, at this point, he knows to pick things that I don't like to pack. So that's what he does. All right. And then these, definitely, because this plush is filling the whole contents of this box, and I just go ahead and put one of these right over the top so that they won't take a knife and go zzz and cut into their toy. So definitely get them. I got them on Amazon. Have you put that in our listings yet? I mean, in our description?
No, but I should.
You should. All right. The weight was correct.
Somebody
All right.
asked where you get the plastic bags. You
Yes.
get those on eBay?
I get my plastic bags. Used to be you could get them on Amazon really cheap, but not anymore. Same companies on Amazon are way more expensive. But I use two companies, and I just, when I need to order bags, I order a lot, usually 500 to 1,000 at a time of each size. But I use the Boxery or Value Mellors, and I think she goes also by 3RB. I just go back and forth. Whoever's cheapest at the moment, that's who I use. Because the quality of the bags are about the same. I use them for my shipping poly bags, my bubble mailers, my small boxes, just any and all of it. All right. Robert's. All right. You pre-packed this. These are two little people. They're actually from Toy Story. And this is how I mail my little people. One or two at the most. But I just put them tail to tail, you know. And then one piece of bubble wrap, wrapped all the way around, taped very snugly, and then I put in a poly bag. Easy peasy. I don't like putting stuff like this, even though the possibility of it getting damaged, I wouldn't put them in a poly bag, and I'm not even comfortable putting them without additional bubble wrap in a bubble mailer. I prefer to use the big bubble. I use a lot of big bubbles. And action figures or figures like this, Peppa Pig with these fragile arms, anything like that, never. Not even bubbled like that in a poly bag. They have to be boxed. Have to be. You're going to have a very angry buyer because they just expect, especially the action figures, they expect it to come in a box. How do I know? Because I was that seller before that shipped it in a bubble when I first started. They're more fragile than you think, especially in the postal system. I think this is Facebook. So I'm going to go ahead and do a few Facebook orders. Yes. Facebook, I love these off eBays because they just send me a label. Facebook is good that you can get them right through the website, where Posh and Mercari, you get them through your email, and so I have to go hunting for them. I've got to add more boxes down here. I'm getting low. All right, so I'm going to use it as 6x4x4. Lay my tape down in different places. Let's see if I like this or not. Yeah, this will be fine. But again, this is going to be one of those, I've used one of the do not cut open labels. Put it over the top, and then just create a shipping label. Love it.
Does anybody have a good supplier for boxes like this? Ask them.
Yeah.
Those are all Whopper John.
Yeah, we are having a problem with the quality of the boxes that we're receiving. And I've ordered from both companies and they're both, look, it's just like poorly cut. So if anybody has a suggestion on where I can get, especially this size, let me know. That's the 4x4x4.
Oh, here.
Or,
Hold up the end of it.
yeah.
It's like it's supposed to be a square and it's a trapezoid or something.
All right. Don't ask me why. I keep a copy of every single label I print. I think it goes back to my military days where you documented everything that you did. And so for years, I have years and years of labels. So, and then, you know, after so many years, Robert will say, okay, it's time to get rid of them. And that's fine. But I like to keep a copy of all of my labels. All right, then I'm just gonna put the label on, and then just more Plush. Back to eBay, I think. Again, everything is shipped in a bag, always. It's just one more layer of protection from it getting left out on a front porch when it storms.
They did to us recently.
Which we came home to a box sitting in the rain.
No, they needed here and they delivered it.
Oh yeah, we were upstairs and I heard the delivery and I came downstairs. It was torrentially pouring and they just left it at my back door. So bag it. This one didn't have anything worrisome as far as shipping it in a poly. And I just do a label. Vintage tin. Don't put it in a pot. It's you don't want it to get dinged. So just wrap it in bubbles, put it in a small box. I haven't even been looking. What date is it putting? Oh, good. I was worried and I thought of this earlier today and didn't, but it is putting ship on Tuesday, which means all my labels are going to have the correct date. Minnie has things that could potentially get damaged. Let me see what I have her. I have a feeling I've got her at first class. You can tell she's been listed for a while because I think I've been using the self-filling bags probably close to a year now. But everything that was stored in these bags, I still keep these. And that's what these bags from Sam's are for. Bags from Sam's. So yes, I have this being shipped still first class. I'm gonna tie her in a bag. My 12x6x6. Love the size box. Got her in there. Get her some bubble wrap. Cram it in. I know there's going to be people out there that says, no, don't do that, but it's worked for us. We all have our own thing, right? Another example. This is musical. Does not go in a bubble mailer or a poly bag. It needs to be boxed. For those wondering. I have one of those drawer systems right here. That's where all my clear bags are. So when I'm working, I take pictures, I I come over here, I write, I weigh, I bag, and then I put in a tote to go next door. Alright, this ain't gonna go anywhere. It's not moving around, so it's good. Now, all of my clothing is either on eBay or Plush. I don't cross-list it anywhere else. So I have to figure out, is this eBay or Plush? I've got 2 Facebook orders since I started this. My other platforms are killing it right now. Almost half of my eBay sales, which that's above and beyond normal. That's in quantity. Let me first, I gotta figure out who this is. These are big. Look how thick and heavy they are. But I can tell from my number. All right, these are Wrangler's men's jeans. Then I'm gonna search for Plush. I love Plush. It is so easy to ship. Y'all, I got too much stuff at my feet.
Put this in a box with a card bag.
Yes. Alright. Plush. I almost always use these. I like the bubbles. But, look, this is too long. So, I'm going to go ahead and put these in a box. With Plush, as long as it's under 5 pounds, you're good. Tracks.
I love tracks.
See, this is what I'm telling you. Robert cuts my boxes down. You can cut regular priority boxes down, but you cannot really alter the flat rates. I don't use a whole lot of flat rates boxes at all. For the most part, I don't find them. It's just cents difference. This is the other reason why I don't like scan sheets too. Before, we would have to pack all of this stuff right on what the boxes are. Keep track of if there's any weight differences. And then fill in the whole sheet, the bulk edit sheet, and then print out all the labels and then sort through all of this again to put the correct label on it. I was over that. So I'm kind of grateful that I just have to take them now because I was over that. So here, this is a bulk lot of little people. I wouldn't put this in a bubble or a poly. They're just going to rub up against each other. See this one? It's supposed to make sounds, but it was no longer working. But it does have like a vinyl top thingy here. I'd prefer that this gets shipped in a box. And then these are going to go in a box. I like to go corner to corner and then corner this way when I'm packing stuff. Alright, because it's Plush, I'm just going to put it in a bubble. This is my little Lamax ski ducklings. Pretty sure I have it first class. Yes. So, I got to figure out a box. So I sold a Barbie doll. Robert's already pre-packed her. And this. And we reuse boxes too. This was from the Boxery. It's going to be fine. I'm going to throw some air pillows in it. And we're good to go. get familiar with the weight of your regular boxes. Right, this is a little Thomas topper. There is a Thomas set that's called the Big Loader, and it came with these toppers that would go on top of a motorized wheelbase. Sell it for parts. If you pick them up and they aren't complete, sell them for parts. You know, this topper was like a little over $8 just for the one part. But again, it's fragile. It's got tabs that could get broken, so it needs to go in a box. I think that's a good representation of everything that we had to ship today. Some plush that could go in polys, littles in boxes, breakables, clothes. So I think I'll go ahead and close this out now. If you have other questions, please go ahead and leave them down in the comments. I'm always willing to share my thoughts on how things could be shipped, or about international shipping, which I do, any of those types of things. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it was informational for you. And I'll try to do these every couple of months, especially when I have different types of stuff to ship out, not just plush and a poly, plush and a poly.
I like Plush and a poly.
He likes plush and a poly. It is easier, which, you know, we had a lot of that, but he has it all ready for me, and I'm just going to finish doing my labels here in a little bit. All right. Bye.